money. That there's no doubt about that. No one is going to argue about that. But if you ask the American people to choose between public health and the economy, then it's no contest. No American is going to say, accelerate the economy at the cost of human life. Because no American is going to say how much a life is worth. Job one has to be save lives. That has to be the priority. And there's a smarter approach to this. We don't have to choose between the two. You can develop a more refined public health strategy that is also an economic strategy. What do I mean by that? Our public health strategy was a blunt instrument. What we said at a moment of crisis is isolate everyone. Close the schools, close the colleges, send everyone home, isolate everybody in their home. In truth, that was not the most refined public strategy. Why? Because it wasn't even smart, frankly, to isolate younger people with older people. But at that moment, we didn't have the knowledge, we needed to act, that's what we did. You can now start to refine that public health strategy. You can start to say, look, the lower risk individuals do not need to be quarantined. And they shouldn't be quarantined with an older person who they may be transferring it to. People who are recovered, you test them, you test the antibodies, you find out that they resolve themselves of the virus, and I believe once we get that test, you're going to find hundreds of thousands of people who have had the coronavirus and resolved. Once they resolve, they can go back to work. Develop that test. It's in testing now. Once they resolve, let them go back to work. Let the younger people go back to work. Let the recovered people go back to work. It's even better for the older, vulnerable people who you're trying to protect. And then ramp up the economy with those individuals. So you're refining your public health strategy, and at the same time, you're restarting your economy. Those two can be consistent if done intelligently. Restart the economy with our younger, recovered, tested workers. Don't make us choose between a smart health strategy and a smart economic strategy. We can do both, and we must do both. It's not the economy or public health, it's restarting the economy and protecting public health. It is both. But I understand restarting the economy. The crisis today, focus on the crisis at hand. Focus on the looming wave of cases that is about to break in 14 days. That has to be the priority. And that is hospital capacity. And that is about providing hospital beds, providing staff, and providing equipment, and providing PPE, and providing ventilators, coming back to that number of 30,000, and needing federal action to address it now. If the federal government said today, I will deploy all 20,000 ventilators, it will take us 2 weeks to get those ventilators into hospitals and to create ICU beds and to locate the staff. So there is no time to waste.